Well, welcome everybody to the Twisted Pair. I am Graybeard.
And I am Fine Ash Red. And today we have a very special guest with us, and he is with Barbecue and Smokes. And we're going to be talking about his delectable chocolate. I had to censor myself because I almost said something naughty.
It's not time yet. You can say
I
that
know, I
later.
gotta wait. I gotta wait. So, the one, the only, Mac! Okay.
Hey, hello. How's everyone doing? Great beard, Miss Ash Red. Thank you so much on behalf of a great and grateful God and one I serve, and you guys coming out,
Amen.
all of our
Yes.
supporters that we have out there in the world, from Drip Stogie to Select Draw. Of course, I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for me meeting you both at my brother's anniversary, which was the Easy Ash. So the community, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done. And like I said, folks like Drip and Danny D's, and I could go down the list of so many that really have brought us in and helped us out.
First,
Well,
I want to. Oh, I'll go ahead.
no, go. No, you go ahead.
I wanted to address the witchery in this right here, because I want people to know that they are not seeing craziness because we have dark. It's like yin and yang kind of a thing.
I know,
So yes,
right?
yes, Graybeard and I are in the darkness, in the cold of 48 degrees in Texas. And Mr. Mac, tell us where you are, please.
We are in Thailand. We're doing pairings. We're in Bangkok, Thailand, for this week, and we've been here since Sunday, and we'll be here through the following next Tuesday, and then we head to Phuket, and then come back to Bangkok, and we're doing chocolate pairings and cigar match pairings. Chocolate and cigar
Man,
Bangkok.
With 78-degree weather.
Yes, ma'am.
and and,
So
and while we were
and, and,
setting
and a
up,
wonderful pool.
we saw somebody swimming in the pool.
Yeah.
How messed up is that? Well, I'm wearing three layers here. Okay, dude, no, I got three layers on. I got three layers on, freezing because I'm so used to heat. And you're out there with beautiful women diving in the pool and swimming behind you.
It's a blessing and a curse, but I'll take it for you, Great Beard. At this time, I mean, you have the lovely Ash Red there with you, so I just take what I can get.
I do. All right, so I would love our guests to jump into the chat and just let us know what you guys are pairing. Let's start it off with what we're pairing. We're obviously going to be pairing with your chocolates, which it looks like you've already jumped into it.
You didn't wait. Time waits
I,
for no man, all right?
I'm telling you. So I'm starting off with the with an Ares Maduro. The bands came off in the cello, so sorry about that. This is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and I am drinking
Oh, I didn't even bring
a,
my bottle.
a nine banded out of Austin wheated bourbon. So I'm going for those fruit notes that are inside that chocolate and the San Andreas to match the chocolate.
Well, I'm doing something twisted because, we are the twisted pair. So we'll see how this is going to play out. So I am smoking a porcelain, one of my favorite. It is a Connie. But this is one of the ones that we talked about whenever you talk about a Connecticut. Most people are saying, oh, those are not very strong. They're not intense. If you have not smoked a black label trading company porcelain, this Connie has got a whole bunch of spice. It's got some. It does have that creaminess in it. So, but it's got a kick in it that will kick you in the pants. So, and I am pairing it with. I enjoyed the wine last time, so I'm just carrying over the bread and butter because it's my bread and butter. And don't judge me that I've had a full glass because it's been that kind of a week. So I have my beautiful red wine for bread and butter and my porcelain.
Awesome. And what about you, Mac?
I am pairing it with, I have the blueberries this morning, as well as the dark chocolate espresso. And I used my select draw, and I went ahead and punched it in the back, and I'm pairing it with a Valentino Siesto. So Valentino
Ooh.
Siesto
Ooh.
is out of Panama, and that's our home lounge. Is Valentino Siesto Club Lounge in Panama, and they have their own line. And so I had this in my box, and if I was gonna grab something else. I got a drunken chicken as well, but I have to
Oh,
open the
yeah.
entire box to get it done. So I had to grab what I had to do was grab what was open, but I didn't open the whole box. So we finished this
Right.
off. We're gonna grab a drunken chicken and smoke that as well.
Yes, Desiree. She's a great lady.
We love Desiree, and
Yes.
I see that we're going to have to go down to Panama and give them some leaf and grain love.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and I got a task out for you. You need to hook us up with Mark for
Okay.
Select Draw. Mark Austin from Select Draw. See if we hook him up
Okay.
with us, and that way we can get him on the show and
I can do that.
and feature his Select Draw, because I mean I've never seen one in person. I've seen him on Facebook and Instagram, but I'd love to test out the product because he's growing like wildfire.
Yeah, he
Oh
sure
wow,
is.
he's got an amazing product. I mean, I've got all of them. So this is the small T one, and of course we got the super large one. Can't do this camera, and then of course we got the mini. But we love Select Draw, and we love Easy Ash. So I'm sitting out here by the pool, and I don't have to worry about an ashtray because I have my Easy Ash ashtray. So good to go.
Very nice. Love it.
Yes. So
Okay, well, so I'm curious because your website says barbecue and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Your logo is barbecue and smoke. Everything is barbecue and smoke. And I've looked around, saw the beautiful, barbecue sauces and rubs and everything. And obviously pairings, and obviously you're into cigars. Tell us about the chocolates and how did the chocolates come about?
Well, chocolates came about over the course of time. I am a smoker. I've been smoking for over 15 years. I don't drink though, and all of my friends enjoy a good whiskey, a good bourbon, a wine, and they're like you guys, and they really know what they're doing. I never have, and I was just trying to find something that I could pair with. And of course, you always hear, drink water, drink tea. Okay, I've heard the thing. I have a Dr. Pepper, have a ginger ale. Here recently, somebody had me try ginger beer, but I was just like, it's just not the same. And so I started reading and studying, and it said the best pairing was true chocolate. Mm-hmm. So from that point on, I started just getting different full bars of chocolate, and every chocolate just didn't pair as well as I thought it did. And then I happenstanced upon a gentleman that is a chocolatier or trained out of Germany, and he had a chocolate shop. And I told him I was looking for him, and he said he used Dominican chocolate and Dominica Coa, exactly. And he said, I make this product. He said, I think it's pretty good. Try it out. Tell me what you think. So we tried it, and next thing we know, we started working on some things and came up with the amazing products that you guys have in front of you. And they're made with 65% Dominican cocoa, no preservatives and no additives. And being that he uses a German process for making the chocolate, it's a real simple, pure process. And it's a creamy chocolate. And our friends that come from the Dominican Republic that have tried our chocolate, they know their own brand just by the taste because it has a different flavor. And I didn't know this until I started really trying chocolate. And you guys probably know this far better than I do, being a sommelier, being in the world that you guys are, that different regions and the way stuff is grown, it changes the flavor base of the item, whether it be wheat, whether it be chocolate. And so, Ghanaian chocolate, everybody told me to get Ghanaian chocolate. Well, Ghanaian chocolate didn't pair as well. It's not that it's not good. It just had a different taste with cigars. German chocolate, it's real creamy.
Yeah,
So
milky.
you have to exactly real milky.
Mhm.
So each one of them did a different thing. But once we found this Dominican chocolate, and then finding out, of course, that it's grown in the same soil that the cigars are grown in, and as Reg, you hit it right on the head. That it's being that it's grown in that same soil, that made the pairing just perfect. And we've been able to pair with Dominican cigars, Nicaraguan cigars, Cubans. It doesn't matter. And by the grace of God, we've been blessed. And once again, we thank the community for opening up its arms for us.
Well, and that's kind of, you kind of said what we were saying. And before I forget, if y'all, I can't respond to the chat. It's not letting me talk, so I apologize. If you're asking me a question, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not able to chat with y'all, and I forgot my iPad, so my apologies. But we kind of were talking about that, with a lot of people are like, coffee is like a universal that always goes with cigars. It's like, there have been some coffees that I have drank that are not the best because of the flavor or something, but usually just black coffee. And the reason that it does so well with cigars is because it's from that tropical region, the tropical so, and that's where the coffee is grown. And that would kind of, when you were saying that about your chocolate, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, because that's what we've talked about before.
And I don't know if you saw this. I've already started into the pairing because I've been avoiding the pairing until the show because I wanted to experience it live with you on this. And this is beautiful. I mean, Dominican chocolate with those blueberries, with the San Andres, Mexican San Andres, and it's Nicaraguan long fillers and binder, and with the wheated bourbon. It's like it's a match made in heaven. It's like it was meant to be.
Well, and this is the thing, because like I grabbed all the different flavors that you gave us because I was like, you never know when you're going through a cigar, because like the one that I'm smoking transitions. I said it's a Connie that it's not like a light, but there's some buttery to it, but there's a lot of spice to it because it's from Nicaragua. So it's got that, and it transitions. So sometimes, we're lucky and the pairing works really well, but other times we might have to change it. So I just kind of grabbed a little bit of the chocolates, and I'm interested to try it, but I'm going to start off with the dark chocolate espresso bean. See, and I'm going to give you kudos to this because if you look back here, it's labeled, you can see it. Um, um, so, and it kind of tells us how many calories, but I'm not going to look at that, but it says for the full bag. So, that's nice. And then you've got the ingredients, and then you even go to the thing, like if you have allergies, da, 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 da. So, I really appreciate that, and I think that's great. And then I'm also going to say I love the Ziploc baggie because, like, if this one doesn't pair well, or I'm like, hey, I'm going to try the blueberry or whatever, I'd like to do that. So, if you could tell us a little bit about the dark chocolate espresso beans, because I'm an espresso coffee person.
All right. The dark chocolate espresso bean is made with a espresso bean that we get from. Oh my goodness! All of a sudden, I just went with El Salvador. So this espresso bean comes from El Salvador, and then the cocoa is out of the Dominican, and that's 65%. And it is, and by using the method that he uses is called a single drop method. That's what he does. So he shouldn't have to drop it more than once to get the full flavor of chocolate to envelop the bean. Okay, and when he drops it only once, it covers it with a single layer. It then comes out and it sets and it firms up. And then we do the same thing with the fruit, and it's real fruit that we do it, but that's how it's done. And so that bean is roasted. That's a roasted coffee bean that you have.
And I'm going to tell you,
beautiful.
you can taste the roasted coffee bean. Like it's got that crunch to it.
Yep.
And Oh my goodness.
I
That's
just,
all I can say right now. Because and I'm going to tell you, I did. We talk about like you do the cigar usually, and then we go to the drink or the food or whatever. Well, espresso is strong, so I kind of wanted to see how it was. So I did that. Then I did it with the cigar, and I'm just going to say it's heaven because like I love my espressos, and this is one of my favorite cigars. And I think it's going to do really good with the wine too. So
well, so with the, I mean, and you and I both love the San Andres wrapper. I mean, it's one of our favorite wrappers. Known for the coffee notes, known for the chocolate notes, known for the earthy notes, known for for a little bit of a spicy kick in there with it. So when you said you were going to start off with the dark chocolate espresso, I've got the chocolate espresso beans as well, and so I went with that next, and it was just like it's like I changed a pairing. It's like I went from a completely different drink, completely different food, which I did, but they're still chocolate based, but the combination of that chocolate and the strong espresso beans marries with this cigar beautifully as well. But talk to us a little bit about what's the difference between the dark chocolate. She has the dark chocolate espresso, and I've got the chocolate espresso. So what's the difference between those two? Let's explain a little bit what's the difference between chocolate and dark chocolate.
Yeah, the dark chocolate is made with more with more of the cocoa. The what you have is what they call the milk chocolate. It has more creaminess in it. It has more milk in it. Now, what they don't tell you in all places is that all of them have a certain level of milk in it. The differences between our chocolates and some others and many others is that most chocolate that you buy on the shelf today has a paraffin base to it. So what happens is you're still getting the chocolate, but you're having to burn through the paraffin. So when you're eating anyone else's chocolate, you're actually getting the burn from that paraffin. If you don't chew that chocolate completely up, you're tasting the paraffin burn, then you're tasting the chocolate, then that's hitting the note. And
is that
this
makes
right
the
here,
bitterness?
yes,
That's
ma'am,
what
that
makes
is
it
what
has
makes.
bitterness.
Yes, ma'am. That is because you're burning paraffin. So we all know what paraffin is. It's a wax.
Wax.
So
That's what I dip my
yeah,
hands in to make them soft in my feet.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So that's kind of what our major difference is we don't do that. Now, of course, that means I don't have a shelf life of that long. Only lasts 18 months. It means I can't ship after June of the year because our
No.
stuff melts and it melts for good. But I'd rather be pure because the product that we pair with is pure, and cigars are pure, and that's what I love about it is that
Mhm.
cigars are pure. There's nothing added, no special additives to them. It's just the leaf.
And and this is insane because I wasn't expecting that from dark chocolate because normally I'm not a huge dark chocolate person, but I was just like, hey, I'm gonna see how it does with the spiciness. It calms that pepper down, and I almost taste like I taste a lot of that roasted coffee bean.
Mm.
And and this is like I love the cigar. I always do it with wine, and I do it with coffee, like a really bold espresso without anything in it. And I feel like I'm drinking a little espresso that I've made. It is like it's really picking up the espresso, but I mean the espresso bean wasn't as strong with it by itself, which is interesting.
Okay, I'm just over here having fun. You guys just keep on talking, and I'm just going to have fun because I just had the dark chocolate with blueberries and the chocolate and espresso beans at the same time.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And now
oh,
I
fun.
just took a draw off of the cigar, and it's like explosion of flavors. So I'm getting coffee, I'm getting blueberry, I'm getting chocolate, I'm getting a little bit of pepper. I mean, I'm just getting all of this together to the point that I forgot about my drink. It's like, okay, I don't even need the drink right now. I mean, because you
And
know,
for you to forget about bourbon?
I'm telling you, I mean, this is just like an explosion of flavors right now going on. And I'm just like, damn.
So this is the next one that I'm gonna try is the dark chocolate cherry. I guess I'm in like in a dark mood. Dark chocolate cherries, and you said that y'all use real cherries. It's the dried cherries, and so I'm gonna see how that goes. I think it's gonna do really well with the porcelain with that cherry, but I'm anxious to see what it does with my wine because to see if I can taste the cherry with the wine. So I'm just challenging you on every kind of level. You probably weren't expecting that tonight, were you, Matt?
I'm glad to be challenged, and I love what you said to me. You and Graybeard said the first day when you met me. You're like, you really feel good about your product. I said I lay my product against anyone out there, and I think, and I love that when I talk to you guys, and when I talked to Graybeard at that event that we were at with Cigar Rockstar, and how he was proud of your product, your cigar line. When you believe you have a great product, you let the product do all the talking.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, sweet baby Jesus. These are freaking phenomenal.
No, pair
Wow.
that
I'm not,
with the cigar.
and I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't like chocolate covered cherries. I can't stand chocolate covered cherries. So straight up, they're like, to me, they're disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But so for me to say like, oh my goodness, this is like freaking amazing. I mean, know that it's truly a true comment because I can't stand dark chocolate to cover cherries, regular chocolate. I just don't like it. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up and eat my chocolate cherries now.
Okay, so Cigar Rockstar just tuned in, and he asks how's Thailand.
Thailand is wonderful. We've been extremely busy. We started off at the Protagus Lounge the first night. We went to Whiskars, which is another lounge down here. We went to Havana Club last night and had cigars on the roof of one of the most amazing views. I'll be posting that today. They have so many places for doing cigars around here that are just beautiful locations, and it's really a different kind of experience, and that says a lot considering coming from the U.S. where you guys have cigar lounges literally everywhere, and you can tell a lot of work and time is going to a lot of some of these places. Some of them are really expensive. I'm looking forward to the Sky Bar Lounge tonight, which overlooks the city. So I'll be taking pictures from that. So it's been a wonderful experience. Phuket is going to be right on the water. We're doing one from a yacht in Phuket next week, so we're gonna do that as well. So so we're really excited.
He's having a really hard time on this work trip.
I'm telling you, it's rough. You just need to get back here to the United States. As soon as you can.
As soon as I can. I like that. Well, I come back. I get back. I'm only back for a day, and then I head to Puerto Rico for Puerto Rico Cigar Fest.
Oh,
you're gonna have to tell Cynthia we said hi.
I would definitely do that.
I would definitely. So Cigar Rockstar says, what's the difference in the cigar culture in Thailand as compared to the USA? And I was curious about that as well. So thanks Rockstar. You jumped me, beat me to the punch there. But also I'm curious to two-part. I'm also curious as to, are there any cigars, types of cigars that you can find there that may not be able to find here in the United States?
Okay, you're gonna hate me or hate them and love it, however you look at it. So in Thailand, they push Cuba. That's all you see here. That's the thing. They believe that if it's not Cuban, it's not anything. I was at the Davidoff location yesterday, and they had the Davidoff cigars there, but they were the Davidoff Cubans. I didn't, and they had some really. I was at that store, and that place had some stuff I'd never seen before from Davidoff. But of course, we're in Thailand, and so there's a lot of different things out here. And as far as the community, when it comes out here, it's real relaxed, but the cigar community is real open, just like it is in the states. And people will have the conversation, and they're looking to have the conversation. And what we're finding is that we're able to bring uh, cigars from Nicaragua, Mexico, uh, Dominican, and because the flavor profiles, as you both know, are so wide, they're opening their eyes up to like, oh wow, there's more to the cigar community than just Cuban. And like I said, it's nothing against the Cuban. If you like it, you like it, you love it. But they're finding out that there are other profiles out there other than just that one profile they're stuck on, and that's only due to the fact that the importers only are importing Cuban cigar.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause real quick because the chocolate cherry to my wine and to the wine, it really brings out that cherry flavored, and the chocolate it kind of like melts, and then it brings out the spice to my cigar, the little bit of the pepper. So yeah, I had to interrupt. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this right now. Look, I almost ate them all. This is bad. Someone needs to come and take them from me right now.
Well, I told you I'm out of them, and I mean, I love everything cherries. I mean, my favorite ice cream is the cherry. My favorite fruit is the cherry. I love cherries, and I enjoy chocolate cherries. Cherries in every form or fashion. My favorite pie is has cherries built into it. Those chocolate covered cherries that I got from you when you dropped them off up at Renegades,
Uh-huh.
gone. I was disappointed when I was looking for them for the show. And I was like, no
Wish I'd
cherries.
known. I'd have had my guy ship you out some before I'd have known that. I didn't know.
I didn't know about it till about an hour and a half ago. So
Oh, wouldn't have made it.
So now I'm going for the blueberries. Now let me tell you, I love blueberries. Like I could I eat blueberries like almost every single day for breakfast. So I'm a blueberry snob.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see how this is on this one.
Okay, so you're going to need to try the blueberry first.
Oh my goodness, it smells. Holy cow, it looks like a blueberry. It's blue.
And then try the blueberry with the espresso beans. At the same time.
I want to know why it's blue, because this is chocolate, right? It says chocolate blueberries.
Yes, it is chocolate blueberry. Yes,
but it's still blue. Did y'all dye? Is it dyed blue?
No, so actually that has a hint of a dye. It's not even. It's a coloring in it, and it's a natural blue color that he uses. So it's not any. It's a natural. I have to get the exact what's your name, but it's not one of the normal ones. So it's a natural blue that they use.
Oh wow! It tastes like a blueberry.
Yes, it is a blueberry.
With chocolate.
It's a real blueberry. We freeze dry all of our fruit so that way it keeps the moisture, because if you dehydrated it, you would cook the flavor out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of cherries are you using in the chocolate covered cherries?
Now you got me there. Graybeard. My chocolatier, I usually have all that. I do not know which ones we're using. I know the cherries come out of the off the west, I don't know where we're getting from. You getting from the west coast? No, we're getting cherries from the east coast.
East Coast, okay.
Yeah, we're getting cherries from the east coast, and everything is direct sourced from a farm.
Including your almonds, because the other ones that you've got is you've got your chocolate covered almonds and your dark chocolate.
Almonds come straight out of California.
And when I was eating, and I didn't bring any of the almonds out, but when I was trying those, after you got through the chocolate and you got to the almond, that almond has such a a gamey, meaty note to it that for me was unlike other almonds that I've had. And I would go through the chocolate, and then I would just sit there and just suck on the almonds like it was a hard candy, and just savored it for. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. So every single one that you've given us so far has just been out of this world amazing.
So, here's the crazy thing, like you were saying, it's like you change the chocolate, and it's like you're having a completely different smoke. And I was thinking, okay, you know, with a really strong cigar, how's that gonna be? Now it's like, we know blueberries have a sweetness to it, right? And it is bringing out that creaminess and like a sweetness. And let me tell you, I have been smoking this cigar, like, oh my gosh, for maybe 4 or 5 years. Like, I mean, this has been always my go-to, one of my, like, every weekend smoke. It's just a regular for me. So I know this cigar forwards, backwards, the profile. I know what it's going to go well with. So, and that's kind of like, I wanted to challenge the chocolates just to kind of see that, because sometimes, like, I've had chocolates, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say the name of the company or anything, but it's like, you know, the chocolate balls, like the chocolate drops or what, pearls or whatever you want to call it. And I've had to stop eating the chocolates because, and I'm going to tell you where it comes from, because of the bitterness and the tar taste of this, and it's from the paraffin wax. I can tell you that that's where it comes from, is because of that waxiness, and it changes the flavor of the cigar. And you almost think that you have to, like, now I can't think of the word, like, what's it called? When you blow out the smoke, purge your cigar.
Purge it, yeah.
Yeah, you almost think that you have to purge your cigar, but it's not the cigar, it's the chocolate that's causing it for the cigar. And this is actually bringing out the flavors, you know? And so that was like one of the questions. I was like, what makes your chocolate different from other chocolates? And I just answered that. But what else makes it different besides that? Like, I mean, because it's like, you know, we see other chocolates and we're like, well, why can't I just go to the grocery store and get like a Hershey's bar or chocolate bar or something? So what makes yours different than others?
The first thing, of course, and I'll tell anybody, it goes back to what I think cigars are all about in the first place. They're natural. We're natural. We use natural products. We use natural stuff. Even my chocolatier is trying to get an even creamier chocolate than what we have right now. So he just challenged me last week. He's like, Mac, he said, what if I go and he said, he wants to straight source the eggs. He wants to source the cane sugar that we're using. And I'm like, well, I said, what's that going to do to the chocolate? He said, it's going to make it even creamier. And I'm like, we use a more natural.
We lost your sound for a minute.
Can you rephrase what you were saying? Like, you said that he wanted to do like a raw sugar and all that. So if you could go back.
He wants to do a raw sugar. He wants to do. He wants to source the eggs. I start using the yellow eggs and get instead of, because it's a more natural, it'll even make it even creamier, because that's what he's used to from his training in German chocolate making. And that changes it, and because of that, it makes it an even creamier.
Okay, so even creamier, which would be. I'm kind of stumped there, because I'm trying to think of how that would go with how that's going to change what we're already experiencing, because what we're experiencing right now it's creamy, it's earthy, there's you can definitely pick up the cocoa in it.
Yeah.
And it's very complex just by itself.
And I think, like, another thing is, like, you were talking about how you're using it from where the cocoa where it comes from, like the Dominican, and where cigars are grown, and so it's that soil that's also complementary. Now here's the crazy thing. Now I like just want to have a charcuterie board of chocolates. What would you call a chocolate charcuterie board or whatever? But like, shoot, I could see this with, because I've done charcuterie boards with this thing, but the blueberry brought out a buttery, creamy note that
Mhm.
that's you taste it in the wine. Like I had it last week, but
Mhm.
it was kind of like tart, because sometimes we have that wine that can be tart,
Mm-hmm.
and it smoothed it out.
Right.
So like, and here's my thing. I'm thinking, okay, chocolate with the cigars and the wine, it's going to be a good pairing. But I was not, and I'm going to be honest, and please take this with it. I wasn't expecting to have my mind blown, and you blew my mind. Um, I mean, it was just, and I'm going to confess, I didn't have time to taste the chocolates before, um, because I've been working like almost 20 something hours. So I hadn't had time to really enjoy it. And I am just blown out of the water, because like I'll do chocolates, I'll do I'll do pies. I mean, I'll do chocolate chip cookies. That's a big thing that a lot of people like will pair with their cigars, that some people overlook, but it's a really great pairing. But like, this is like, holy cow, next level. Like,
I,
I'm
I
like,
I agree. This is yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I can't take any credit for it. I give, once again, I'm going to lean to you guys because you guys deal with products that are natural. Wine is naturally made, cigars naturally made, beer, bourbons, whiskeys naturally made,
mhm.
chocolate. We want to give you chocolate naturally made, old school process. That's what this is. This isn't, and that's what we want to give, and because that's what it bears to, and that's what we want to make sure that we keep meeting that level with our
So so
customers.
so what what's next for you guys with regards to chocolate? And then I want to hear a little bit about
Oh,
the barbecue side as well.
well, and I also wanted to ask, are y'all going to have like a white chocolate? I know. And
We do
here's the
have
thing, is white chocolate is not really considered chocolate,
correct,
you
correct,
know,
correct.
but I'm just saying, like, even though it's not real chocolate, I
Uh-huh.
still love me some white chocolate. I'm not gonna lie.
We do have in the store, in the store, we have some white chocolate offerings, but we don't put those on out there. We come out with the new pecan chocolate, milk and dark, walnut,
Oh,
uh, milk and dark, cranberry, milk and dark,
oh,
and peanut and pretzel ball, milk and dark. I think I gave you guys a pretzel ball. Uh, if not, I can do that. So we've come out with those here in the past 30 days.
like, okay, he said pecans. Okay, and let me tell you, Texans love pecans.
Right.
People from the
Yeah.
South, right? Okay,
Right.
and then cranberry, and that's something that gets overlooked. And I think, wait, Graybeard, you'd agree with this. Cranberries is one of those fruits that's like a versatile fruit,
Hmm.
and it goes really well with cigars, and it goes really well with wine. But it's kind of like overlooked. It's kind of like the cherry stepbrother or stepsister. It's the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see like all of that like being phenomenal.
What I'd like to do is get you guys out those the new pairings, so that way you guys can try those out and let us know what you think. So we'll get you guys will get another pack once we get back from Puerto Rico and Panama. So we do Puerto Rico, then we run to Panama, and then we'll be home. We finally get home December the 15th. And so I'll make
Whoa.
sure that we get them in, and we'll make sure we get them in the mail to you right before Christmas. We'll get it to you right before Christmas.
I was going to say
Woohoo.
just in time for the holidays. Now,
Yeah.
now, before we jump into the barbecue,
Yeah.
when we were at blowing smoke, for the Rocktober event that Cigar Rockstar had put on, you had brought out a different product. Let's talk a little bit about that product. And
Okay,
and
now
how
I'm
did this
almost
product?
scared. I'm almost scared because you said a different product.
You should be.
Mac,
Very afraid.
Mac. Tell me, can't keep a girl waiting.
At Cigar Rockstars, we just came out with a brand new gummy bear, and so we tested it at Rockstars event. We brought in the gummy bears and we put the gummy bears out for everyone to try them, and we sent them out to our test groups. And the gummy bears have their own following in the world already. So.
Well, I'm curious to figure out what kind of gummy bears, because like whenever you talk to some young people about gummy bears, it's like edibles.
No. Okay. So that being said, true, we don't use anything. So we don't do anything edible. So my background and my partner's background, we come from federal law enforcement, and we were both retired from federal law enforcement. So yeah, we'll never.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
You don't see anything edible coming out of our company at all.
Because the way you were saying it, I was like, gummy bear. Okay, now for the young kids. Okay. So and thank you for your being a Leo. We appreciate it. Back the blue all the time. So and I'm gonna tell you, here's one thing, and this you're gonna think I'm crazy. And Gray Bear thought I was crazy, and a lot of people who've read this think have read it, and when I've talked about it, thought I was crazy. One of my favorite pairings with cigars and wine, red wine, is sour gummy worms or sour gummy bears.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm anxious to try that because I love gummy bears.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm anxious to try it. I bet it's going to be really good with cigars and fruit.
And if you remember that particular episode, we were doing what we called the twisted pairing.
Yeah.
Where we challenged everybody just to come up with this wild ass pairing and bring it to us. And I paired, and we did bourbon with Three Musketeer and a cigar. And I ended up putting the Three Musketeer up because could not finish it because it just overpowered everything with that nougat in it, and the pairing wasn't good. So I put it up. But yet Reds was a wine with sour gummy worms, and I believe it was with the porcelain cigar.
No, it was with the White Cavalier.
Oh, that's right. It was White Cavalier.
Let me tell you. But I have done it with the porcelain, because let me tell you, I've done a red wine with the porcelain and the sour gummy worms. And I mean, it's just like, I don't know if it's like with the Connecticut or what it's going, but that's like one of my favorite stress pairings. It relaxes me. It's my comfort. I like wine. I like the porcelain. I like the White Cavalier. And I love me some.
I believe the Cavalier is done with a Connecticut broadleaf as well.
Yeah.
The porcelain is done with a Connecticut broadleaf, and the Connecticut broadleaf, if I remember from my studies right, is a hybrid off of a Habano.
It is.
The shade
I just read that. Yeah.
The shade is a hybrid off of a Sumatra, whereas the broadleaf is a hybrid off of a Habano, and so that it kind of explains a little bit as to why both of those particular cigars go good with that type of a pairing.
Well, I'm excited about that. Okay, so I'm gonna say I just had the chocolate espresso beans. So when I had my it brought out it's like, because you have chocolate and you have that milkiness to it. It tasted really good with my wine. But when I had it with that to the cigar, it's kind of like it's like that toasted, like a real toasted, you get a toasted coffee bean, almost like a burnt coffee bean, but it's not like a bad burnt coffee bean. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's not a bad taste. So, but it doesn't sound very appetizing when I say it.
Okay, I got to interrupt. Everybody, look at this guy in the background behind you. He's talking on his phone. He's smoking a cigarette or a cigar or something, and he's being very animated in his conversations. Where he's doing all of this in his conversations, and I'm just waiting for him to see that we're on camera and to come up and do a photo bomb.
It'll happen. It always does, right?
Right. Okay. So now, because you said you had your partner, and I'm assuming your partner that was Doctor. Is that your partner? Okay. If you could say it again, I'm sorry.
It's Donis Roberts is my partner.
Donis Roberts. Okay. So tell us about the barbecue aspects of it, because we live in Texas and we love us some barbecue. Not gonna lie. Barbecue chocolate and cigars and like a drink. Hello.
And bourbon. I mean, come on, barbecue chocolate, cigars, and.
Well, I'm doing wine, but I would normally do an IPA. Ooh, that's going to be my next challenge. IPA. I bet this blueberry one would be phenomenal with the IPA.
Ooh,
I just want to go or stout. Oh, now I'm just going to go to my stout. And
Irish imperial milk stout.
So sorry.
Sorry, Matt. You don't drink.
Here's the deal though. What it means is I just got to send you guys another full sampling with the new stuff in it, so that way you guys can do another sampling with your beer side. That's all.
Yeah.
You just do that. See,
okay.
It works out for everybody.
It
does. Twist our arm. We'll take it.
As my man Drip always tells me every day, and shout out to Drip. I'm on his station pretty much every morning. So if you don't listen to Drip on Stogie, it's one of those things we want to introduce people to things that are new, and that's our whole mindset. And I appreciate you both inviting us, taking the time to try a product and invite us. And like I told you before, I'm glad actually, Ashred, that you waited to have it. And because you're giving me the true. This is what I taste right now, and if it tasted like mess, you would have said it tastes like mess.
Yeah.
Because and if you wouldn't have, if you try to describe it, to hide that, your face would have told it was bad.
Yeah, my face tells you everything. I'm one of those
this is nasty.
I can't hide anything from my face.
Right.
What you see is what you get.
Right.
So, but I'm also Texan and I'm very blunt. So there's that too.
I love that.
So
I love that.
I got a poker face.
Yes.
He just puts his beer. No, he does this. This is it. He takes the beer and he just like.
And it just hides it all, right?
I mean, I guess I could do this the whole show, if I didn't. But no, I'm just I'm seriously floored. And so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, if the chocolates are this good, how amazing is the barbecue? I'm kind of.
We haven't done a barbecue show yet. Hint, wait, nudge.
I tell you what, we'll throw some barbecue sauce in when we send everything else. When we send the new stuff. So we have 9 different types of barbecue sauce. We have our first one that we came out with is called Grown Folks. It's a real spicy barbecue sauce. Then we have one called Chocolate Heat. It's made with our chocolate. And what it does, as you know, chocolate actually calms and that exactly. But what also chocolate does, it hides that heat. So the heat hits you on the backside. And what we also have learned over the course now of doing chocolate heat is we'll sell chocolate heat. People buy it and they'll sit it on the shelf and they won't open it for a few months. And then they'll open it and they'll pour it out and put it on something. And they're like, oh my God. Because what has happened over the course of time, the heat starts to and it builds up.
It marinates it and it builds it up.
Exactly.
And it kind of
Exactly. And so we do some other different major pairings with, and we won't say the names of these other companies of drinks, and we've made different pairings for them, and until they decide they want to give us a little love, we can't put their names on them, so we have different names for them. But we've done a different.
And that's a Texas thing too. I'm sorry to interrupt. That
No.
I'm going to interrupt and say this one because I'm going to say this drink because a lot of people in Texas do this. We do Dr. Pepper with the barbecue sauce. We make a mixture of Dr. Pepper soda and with that, and it kind of like makes it a sweeter. Like it's it's a different flavor than what you would get if you do brown sugar in barbecue.
Right.
So so that is very cool. I like that. Okay, so what
Yeah.
else? Sorry.
So no problem. So we bottled our grown folks, which is our spicy, is bottled right in Houston. So we have it professionally bottled now in Houston. We're getting ready to put our second line out, which will be chocolate heat, which will be professionally bottled in Houston. Everything right now is professionally bottled in Maryland and shipped out from Maryland because it's not large enough to have a large enough following. But the grown folks, it has its own following in it. So we had to go and get it professionally bottled because people were asking for more than we could put out. So that's what we're trying to do. We actually went and tried to talk with our good friends at HEB because we wanted to be in Texas.
HEB.
So we went and tried to talk to our good friends at HEB, and they said, "Oh, we got tons of barbecue sauce." And I was like, "Well, you haven't tried ours. We haven't heard anything negative. We haven't heard anything positive, but they wait too long. They're going to wake up and we're going to be on the East Coast sitting in somebody else's place, and they're going to be like, you guys could have been the first, but now you're going to be the last." So but that's kind of how that works. But we went so Blue Light came out to Houston Cigar Week, and I told my partner, I said, "Dude, we're going to Houston with barbecue sauce." I said, "You can't go to Texas and not have the best barbecue sauce." I said, "They will eat you alive.
We will kick you to the curb, and we will not be nice about it.
Be nice about it." And we came to Texas and Houston. We did Houston Cigar Week and sold out of all of our barbecue sauce at Houston Cigar.
So what's your next event in the United States? Because I'm sure some of our viewers, may be able to go and visit you in Puerto Rico and Panama. Not out there in Bangkok, but
Right.
What's your next U.S. event?
The next U.S. event is going to be TPE. So my partner's really getting ready.
February.
And you both know TPE and PCA, of course, are the big players.
Yep.
So we're getting ready for TPE. We wanted to do Heritage Fest, but as you both said, Cynthia is such an amazing woman with the SOTL community. And it was, as read, you brought me to Graybeard. So Graybeard, I love you, brother, but it was a lady, as usual, that brought us on board. And so it was, and I don't know if you know these ladies, Trace Lindas Cubanas out of Miami, Yvette and Yvonne, were the first ones that had any faith in us. And they're like, we are going to back your play. And since that time, it has been nothing but
Did we lose you, or did you just?
No, he was pausing. He was pausing. I'm thank you for pausing.
Traffic. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has been nothing but the amazing SOTL community. So when Cynthia said, "Hey, come to Puerto Rico," we put her above Heritage Fest
that's
because
awesome.
I hear you.
SOTL community, just has showed out for us. And when they do that
grown
kind of thing,
a lot.
Oh my gosh. And they're growing more. And so it's just one of those kind of things. And I just want to give a lot of respect to that community for that.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, women love chocolate. So Sister of the Leaves, my ladies. And I think just like it, but usually I'm going to tell y'all like a funny story. Like whenever my daughters, they crave chocolate, I stockpile chocolate, like Hershey Kisses or whatever, because when we're craving chocolate, we want chocolate. We might want chocolate, like white chocolate. I am not going to let my daughters taste this at all. They are not going to. And I have one who's expecting. And
congratulations.
And that's her. Thank you. And that is her craving right now is chocolate. No, because I won't have anything to smoke. So no. And so I I tasted the chocolate blueberries and the dark chocolate cherries together.
Hmm.
Like it was amazing. And then with the wine and the cigar, I'm just like I just want to do like chocolate like and cigars and wine and like all the other stuff because I'm telling you, I've tried different chocolates because I said the Sisters of the Leaves, we love our chocolates. We're very finicky about our chocolates. And you can taste the difference between European chocolate versus American chocolate. And you can tell that this is a very European because of that creaminess, the richness and everything. And it just takes it to a whole nother level that I was not expecting. And I'm like beyond excited. Like for real. This is man, I don't even know how to put it in words. I'm like speechless.
Well,
Like
what I'm enjoying is it's got that creaminess, that the European gives,
yeah,
that from the European,
yeah.
but it also has a very unique. I almost want to say a little bit of a grittiness, and that's where I think I'm coming back to. I keep coming back to the earthy, and I equate
Hmm.
Earth Dominican, with Dominican Republic, with the cigars,
It is
with
that
the
very
Dominican rum, with products that come from Dominican has a
ooh.
beautiful earthy notes to
Hmm.
it, and I'm getting that in the chocolate. It's almost like it's got a little bit of a grit to it that is so nice.
Hmm.
But what is so good about it, unlike regular store-bought chocolates we were talking about that has the paraffin on it, as soon as it hits your palate, it immediately starts melting.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately, as opposed to I got to chew on this for a while and still chewing. I mean, even a lot of
Because of
candy
the
bars.
heat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The heat
it's
from our mouth causes it.
it's immediately just starts kind of melting in your mouth. But you have all of those flavors, and then the flavors that you get from whatever is inside of it, whether it's the blueberry or the espresso bean or the cherry or the almond. So you got all of that explosion of flavors, and then you take that and marry that up with the cigars, and it's it,
And
yeah,
and
I'm
and here's
speechless.
this. It's the blueberry, the cherry, and the cigar give a floral note. Okay, so one of my favorite cigars, and I'm not a Cuban person. Like we always say, you smoke what you love. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Hmm.
I'm not a
Exactly.
Cuban person. I'm not.
Right.
I've there's some good ones out there, but one of my favorite cigars is the Croix d'Orsay. That is a Cuban cigar. That is a special plot that they have that was specifically made that they did a thing with France that they make that Claude to go with champagne. That is, you talk about a floral cigar and you can't really replicate that. I mean, other places you can get like a floral taste to it, but when you have the blueberry with the cherry and my cigar, you just killed your bottle. I killed my bottle too. It's okay. We're bottle killers. I'm picking up a floral cigar. I'm picking up a floral. And like
Hmm.
I've tasted like a hint of it, but this brought out the floral like to a next level. And and this is like where, Graybeard and I geek out about things because we say explore the pairing. There's something for everyone. You're going to get something different. But like now that you're mixing those two, it's taking it all to another level because like we were here. The wine and the cigar, I knew were going to be good. The chocolates and everything brought it up to here. Then combining it, it's higher, and then you put the wine with it. And for me to sit here and say, "Oh my goodness, I'm speechless. This is insane." I mean, I didn't think I was going to be all like girl crushing and stuff here over chocolate.
Well, thank you
I
very
knew you
much.
were. I knew
I,
you
I, I,
were. I had no doubt.
our tagline this year is elevate your experience, and that's what we are really trying to do. And like I said, we know we're very new to this market. We know this market is a very old, very serious community. People like what they like, but we wanted to bring something that elevates the experience. I'm not trying to change your experience. I'm not trying to make your experience bad. We just want to make your experience, my partner and I, and our full goal is to make your experience the next level. And so you'll see my
Well,
tag. It always says "level up," "elevate your experience."
okay.
Those are our taglines, and that's the reason why. Is we really want to elevate the experience of the cigar smoker because the cigar smoker is not like anybody else. The cigar smoker is not a cigarette smoker. The cigar smoker is not, you know. And I'm not saying that because what I love about the cigar community, it's not. It's everybody. It's everybody from the
Hmm.
blue collar all the way up to the executive, but
Hmm.
we could sit down with blue collar executive and everybody sit and have a great time and talk about cigars, and we don't have any fights. I mean, I've been to
Yeah.
tons of
Yeah.
lounges and you never see anybody going at it, but you go to places and bars where it's just cigarettes and you can see all kinds of stuff happening there and nothing,
Oh yeah.
and that's a different thing. But I really want to ensure that we do that. So what I do have for you too, and so we'll make sure we put it in there. But it's going to Puerto Rico, and we do it just at our shows. Is we have truffles.
What?
You had me at truffles. Okay. I'm gonna take a time out here. Okay.
Uh
I've got to bring this. I got to bring this one back up because
Yeah.
the, the,
Next
and,
level.
and Joe called us next level, and that I think that's why we get along so well because you're elevating the experience. We're
huh.
exploring the pairings. We're all next level.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
and the thing it's insane because we talk about it, and are in like okay. So I just okay. I'm gonna ask you. Do you want to give the history and talk about what truffles are and explain what truffles are? Because some people might think they know what truffles are, but I just want them to really know what a truffle is because like you got to appreciate the truffle.
The chocolate truffle is its own special, unique experience because it's a multi-layered chocolate. That's what it is. So you can have in a chocolate truffle a ganache. You can have a dark chocolate. You can have it wrapped in a milk. You can have it like we have ours. It's a dark chocolate wrapped with a sea salt covering.
Oh,
That we do one in. We
that
do
would
one
be
with
good with some peanut butter, like a sea salt caramel peanut
yes,
butter
yes.
whiskey.
And
We'll do
Oh,
take that with the Brazilian Matafina.
yes.
so I'm writing down notes. So I'm sending you guys. I'm gonna send you guys both that as well, so that way you can try those out. And here's the crazy thing, Graybeard, and I'm saying this directly to you because I want to see. I want you guys to have a discussion after you both have the truffles because I think it'll be a different discussion. And it goes back to what Ash Red said earlier. Ladies have a different experience with chocolate than we do as men. And so when we
It's a
rolled out
love
the
affair
truffle,
for women. It
when we
is.
rolled out the truffle gave we got experiences with the truffles with ladies that we were looking at each other. We ended up going back to our chocolatier like, okay, dude, we told you we don't put anything in the chocolate. What are you putting in the chocolate? Because women are doing things, and we're like, what's happening? And he's like, it's chocolate, and we're like, no, dude, there's something in this because there are actions that shouldn't be happening when they have this truffle, and it's just the truffle in and of
It,
itself. It's because of what it is.
Now the question is were the husbands calling you up and saying, "Dude, get my wife some more of these truffles"?
We've had a lot of truffle orders go up since then. A lot of truffle orders have really went up since then. Yeah, yeah.
and,
It's our Valentine killer. I mean, it really is going.
and
It's
I'm
going
and
out.
I'm gonna tell you, and that's why I said, do you want to explain it or do you want me to? Because
Go right
you
ahead. Go
have
right ahead.
okay.
Go right ahead.
So here is a woman's mindset. Like and excuse this. This is kind of brash and cruel. Mac is gonna sit there and say, "Oh dear baby Jesus, please help this redheaded lady from Texas." Because oh my goodness. Okay, So there's some experiences when I smoke cigars that I call them O factors. It's because it's like it made it like, orgasmic in my mouth, right?
Right.
So anytime you combine different chocolates and you add different elements, that is what a woman is experienced because, and I wouldn't doubt if Graybeard, because like because someone asked this one time, is your palate different from Graybeard? Are you able to experience things different from Graybeard? Well, I think that, he and I are both blessed that we have, we're in tune with our palates, and there's some things that he can pick up that I can't, and there's some things that I can pick up that he can't. And then we ask somebody else and they can't even pick it up and they're looking at us like, what are y'all talking about? I haven't experienced that before. But so there's the O factor for cigars. That's what I call it. So every woman has like triple O or double O or a single O for chocolate. But when you have a truffle, it's like quadruple O experience because your mouth is just going through different things. And for women, it's more of an emotional tie.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is Graybeard's and I's philosophy as well, that whenever you are smoking a cigar, it takes you back to like a psychology thing. So like for example, when I smoke Honduras, and Graybeard will tell you this, every time I smoke a Honduras cigar, I automatically think of my grandpa who had a farm in Alabama. He had dairy cows. So what do dairy cows eat? They eat hay. So every time I smell hay, I go back to Alabama. I have memories of my pop. I have memories of the farm, and that's what goes to it. So women are more, I think we're more sentimental in that aspect, and that when we taste those flavors in chocolate, it gives us a connection, and it's also a soothing and kind of like a comforting. Because whenever I'm stressed, I go for chocolate because it's a comfort thing. So,
So
that's truffle.
basically, guys, if you get nothing else out of this show, get this: if you want to give your woman a quadruple O, buy her a truffle.
That's it. Buy her truffles.
That
Trust me, she will love you. It'll be
and
a good time.
and they're more expensive, but
Thanks for
it's
taking
worth
that to
it.
the cleaner side of things, Matt. Because
So, and I also noticed on your website. Okay, so we need to like tell about your website, how people can find you. But I also noticed that y'all had pairings in different things, which I was like, what pairings? Yay. So, and y'all have like the barbecue and the chocolate. So if you could kind of run down with the different pairings.
So what we are doing on there, so we can do a monthly subscription. So first we're at www, of course, barbecue, BARBEQUE hyphen AND hyphen smoke.com. We spell it all out when we were trying to put our name out there and all that kind of stuff. You guys all know about setting up a business online. We were running into all kinds of issues, and our partner just came down. And he said, "Hey, we just tell everybody what we are. We're barbecue and smoke," and so that's what we do. And so that's it. And then you get online and you can order all of our chocolates. And we have different packages in there where you want to order, if you want to order it with the truffle, if you want to order it with just the chocolates, you can order them. You can do our monthly subscriptions. Our monthly subscription comes with 4 to 5 cigars. It comes with a bottle of barbecue sauce. It comes with custom chocolate, a quarter-pound bag of chocolate. It comes with a scented candle. And it comes with our rub.
Ooh,
That's our monthly subscription. And then we do Christmas boxes. And what we found here last year, we did a lot of Christmas boxes. People were requesting our Christmas boxes, and they were getting them out, and they were doing. So we did a lot of executive Christmas boxes. And our executive Christmas box will have 2 bottles of sauce in it. It'll have 2 quarter-pound bags of chocolates in it. It'll have a bottle of rub. It'll have a candle and and then of course we do a custom poker. And Graybeard introduced me to a young man, a Navy friend of ours, and we want to talk to him about possibly seeing if we can get his pokers in our box. If we look at
The number WD.
Number, yes, sir. Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I have his number here with me. So it's crazy.
I was looking around for mine because my fingers started burning, and I don't know where it is, which is my special one that he custom made for me.
Yep. Accidentally left mine in my truck, but I have my other ones over here.
I have mine right here.
What?
Yeah. So, and once again, we don't do anything on our website asking whether it be Easy Ash, whether it be Select Draw, and once again, once we hopefully go with Chris with the number, we're not getting any take off their money. We direct people.
Awesome.
You want a number? Go to them. We'll introduce you to them, but go buy directly from them. You see a Select Draw, go buy from them, and it'll link you right to them. We don't get anything from that because just like you guys are doing for us, it's about the connectivity in the community. I don't know who you know, you don't know who I know, and I think it only helps and grows the community when we do it that way.
So we got a question from Bert, who's asking maybe doing a cocoa powder or hot chocolate and offering that.
So the truffle has a cocoa powder. One of our truffles has a cocoa powder cover. Yeah. Like I said, you guys got some more coming, whether you wanted it or not. You guys got some. I got some other stuff out there, so I didn't want to overwhelm you. Like I said, when you guys had talked to me and I met you, I was like, okay, what do you give a show to introduce you to the community? And I said, well, and me and my partner talked about it, and he said, let's stick with the basics. He said, we don't want to overwhelm them. We don't want, they might get on there and be like, man, this is crazy. It's not what we were thinking. And now I'm gonna go ahead and you guys are gonna get the whole bag.
No, I gotta say, overwhelm us.
Yes.
And when the truffles come in, we need to do a show live
with the truffles. We're gonna have to get Mac back on. Mac back on for the truffles.
We'll gladly come on. We will gladly come on for that. We'll send you the 18 count. We'll both send you 2 boxes. We'll send you two boxes of 18 count truffles, so you'll get all the different types of truffles that we make. And normally when we do a special, like for Cynthia, what we're doing a special custom box, and for her VIPs. So it'll have a truffle in it. It'll have blueberries. It'll have dark cherry, and it'll have the espresso in it. And that's our custom boxes that we're doing for the shows. And whenever shows do it, so we've done it for Miami Cigar Week, we've done it for Philly Cigar Week, Houston, all those different ones. We do a custom box.
Well, and I'm going to say this. Okay, so if we put the website up there, so is on there, do y'all have where they can find these in their local lounges? Because I know that that was my question. I didn't have time to fully explore that part. So I was like, well, I will just ask Mr. Mac tonight.
I was wondering the same because I wasn't able to find.
And I appreciate you both asking that question because we have been on the road so much, we have not done our lounge business. And I mean that very important. We want to be in more lounges. As you see, our bag is made to hang up. We made it smaller. We're actually, so what you're seeing right now, this bag you're seeing right now is the last time you'll see this bag. This bag is changing completely. We have a new logo.
Bag.
It's still the same. It's going to be the same type of bag, but what we did, we went with a brand new logo, and our new logo is BQ&S Gourmet Chocolates.
Ooh.
And these bags are custom made now out of I hate to say it, but we had to source them out of I hate to say it, it just came that way. We ended up sourcing them out of China. Just we got more bang for our buck. Everything's on the back that's supposed to be on the back. And then what also happens is that you're able to buy them in a 20-pack box. So if you get in a 20-pack box, you can get all blueberry, all cherry, all whatever. So that way, and what we had found out in answering your question is that many of our friends that were helping us test it in the lounge community were like, hey, Mac, these pound bags or these quarter pound bags are great, but we can't put value to what we're selling to them because we have to put it in a little cup for them to do it. And so that's when we came out with the small bag.
Yeah,
And
I
they
love
really
the
like
small
that.
bag.
Yeah, I do
love
too.
it.
And then our partners in the same community, and we listened to our community, said, hey, what can you do to make it to where we're able to put it on our shelves and go, okay, boom, it's there. So
Yeah.
come December, we will have everything in the new bag in box, and it's be box ready. So you'll be able to take the box,
Oh,
put it on your
nice.
shelf, rip the box open, and it sits right there, and it'll be stacked with the different
Or-
types of chocolates.
Or I
in the
can
box.
just have a box and just eat it myself.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
this is okay.
So I would say, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but I would
Oh,
say, tell your lounges about us, please, and
Yeah.
have them
Oh,
reach out to us.
absolutely.
And we will definitely reach out to them. We're in lounges right now in Texas, Indiana, Panama, Thailand, Florida, New Mexico, and one other place. Oh, South Carolina. So we're in lounges,
Oh, okay.
those are, but they're, so that's where we are. But it hasn't done what we want to. We just walked into a distribution deal that we're looking that is going to get us into more lounges because there's just, as my partner says, just one of me right now. So
Yeah.
You
that'll
can't
help
clone
us out.
yourself.
Nah, not yet. And so, with that being said, that'll allow us hopefully to get more people to try our product, which is once again, like Rayberry, that's where we are next. That's why we're going to TPE, so that way we can get more people to try it in the bulk format, see it in the bulk format, and then hopefully the lounges that'll be there making purchases will be able to go, okay, yeah, we want to buy those, and then you'll be able to see us more and more in the lounges.
Well, and I love this right here because I'm like, I love bacon. Anything with bacon is like better. Like, I mean, I've put bacon in my whiskey and it's made it better. Some people are like, are you serious? Yes. If you haven't had bacon in your whiskey, you need to have it because it's phenomenal. So have y'all ever thought about chocolate with bacon or maple or both? Because that is just right there. That's just that. I
You
mean,
know
but
what?
that would kind of. I'm wondering how that would be with the meat, though.
Yeah, and in that one, I think it would have to be something that I'd have to go back to my chocolatier and let him play around with. And here's the great thing: I love what you guys do in the community, Ash, and the fact you ask for things. And as long as you ask, and as long as we can literally get enough people to follow, and what I mean by follow, i.e., request it, we'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not afraid to do that because we have the ability to scale up, and that's why right now it's the blueberry, the cherry, the almond, and the espresso. We have scaled full blown is because we can do our that in our shop full time, and that's what we're able to do that, and that constantly keeps business going. Whereas
Right.
the ones that aren't asked for as frequently, we don't make as much because we want the product to be fresh. We
Right.
don't
Right.
believe in getting a product that's been sitting on the shelf for 6 to 8 months. We want you to have
Yeah.
a product that has literally, when it comes to you, when we're shipping it to you, it has no more than 5 days on it, and that's a fact.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's
That's
from
very
the time it's been
impressive right there.
produced from production time to the time it's coming to you. It's been 5 days of production. It's 5 days come off the line after 5 days. So it hasn't been sitting around 30, 40, 50 days. So you get truly that 18-month time period that we're telling you that you can.
Any plans on offering the chocolate just by itself so that those who cook, bake, etc., can bake with it?
Not yet. Not yet. We haven't thought about that as of yet. But that's something that has come across and people have asked about, but we haven't gotten enough requests for that. And I think that has a lot to do with the Great Britain, the fact that the community that we're dealing with is real is dealing with they're wanting a product.
Yeah, I get it. I would be interested as well in the chocolate just by itself to try a pairing of just the chocolate without the cherry, without the blueberry, just the chocolate by itself, and seeing how that pairs with something.
Right. Yeah. I understand. I'm getting a low battery, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk my computer. I'm going to stay on board with me. I'm going to walk over here to where I got to plug up, which means I'll be in a non-smoking area, so I'm going to have to leave my sticks here. But I'm going to plug up so I can stay on board with you guys. Let me switch over.
All right.
I'm because like I told y'all, I'm torn. I don't know which one's my favorite, the blueberry or the cherry. And I almost hate to say the cherry because like I'm so anti-cherry. But
Right.
it is just like I'm blown away.
And we've talked about your anti-cherryness in the past, and you had to bring it up again. But you know, I still love you either way. You know, but you can have all the blueberries, and I love blueberries as well. But nothing trumps out the cherries for me. Sorry,
but and so here's my thing. Here's my little caveat, because I have been open about being anti-cherry, except for like when I have my Manhattan, I have those. What are those cherries called? The
Luxardos.
Yes, like my bougie cherries. They're like, here's the thing. They're like $35 a jar now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Those are the only cherries I have. So like so let's talk about this. What is the price point that people are going to see? Because I mean, like I could seriously eat like another whole bag. I think I ate all my cherries. I ate all the cherries. That's why I can't find them.
My cherries are gone too. So yeah, the maraschino
cherries
cherries,
gone.
which is
it's almost 9 o'clock, so I can say it.
Yes. Well, it's 9 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
On the East Coast. Now, granted, so those who are watching, and if you're just tuning in,
oh look, I found 3 more cherries.
Mac is still with us. He's just getting everything plugged in. He hasn't left us yet. We haven't run him off. You know, Red, we haven't run anybody off yet.
Yay!
Well, we've got a good streak. We got a good streak going. We haven't run anybody off. And I don't want to say yet, just in case.
but no, like, and so and that should tell you something. Like the fact that I'm anti-cherry, and I'm sitting here and I've eaten more cherries. I've already finished a bag. I've almost finished another bag of cherries. And this is my first blueberry, and I told y'all I eat blueberries like nobody's business, like every morning. The fact that I've eaten more cherries than blueberries, that means that I like the cherries more.
Well, and I do have a confession to make. Please forgive me if I need forgiveness for this.
Did you take an extra bag of cherries?
Not just one. I took 2 extra bags of cherries, an extra chocolate and an extra dark chocolate, because I know you're anti-cherry. I mean, come on, this is what I've known that you're anti-cherry for a while. So, and I'm everything about the cherry. So yes, I was being selfish.
Yeah, and that's okay. I understand that, but like, so Mac, do you understand the seriousness of when I say that I'm loving the cherries? I can stand behind this.
Right.
And it's like, it's insane. I really did not expect it to go like, okay, you leveled it up, you elevated it, you took it to a whole new level. But now it makes me want to try it with different beverages. It even makes me want to try it with tea. And then like my mind is sitting here thinking like apricot or a port. I almost went with a port, but I thought that it wouldn't go well with my cigar. I knew it wouldn't go well with my cigar.
So, it wouldn't go well with that cigar, but a port would go really good with this.
Let me rephrase that. It would not go well with my cigar, so that's why I didn't choose that one. Port is like my go-to. I love port. That's like my new thing is port. So because you've got the apricot and all that goodness, like in a white port. I just recently had a white port for the first time. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, how would these go with a cigar, the port? I mean, like, you're making my mind, you're exploding my mind, and that doesn't happen very often.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate that. And I'm glad that the product is doing its job. Like I said, Graybeard asked me, he's like, hey, what do you, when I have you on here, do you really explain it? And I told him, I said, sir, I'm going to let the product speak for itself. And really, that's what we're going to do. And so, like I said, I want to send you guys the new stuff. And so, because of that, I just got a message back from my partner. We're going to send you guys the half-pound bags of everything. So you guys get the half-pound bags of every single product we have,
Wow.
and then you guys will get the 18 count stuff. And then when you guys get ready to do that, we will come out with a Q code for you guys for your viewers as well. So what I'll do is I'll send it to you, and we'll do a Q code for you, custom just for Twisted Pair.
Oh, love it. I mean, because what, like Red, my mind is just going crazy with different types of pairings, and I want to pair this with like a Lagavulin or a Lafroig, so a really nice, heavy, smoky Scotch. You know, not so much on the peaty side, but a really smoky Scotch.
But you know what? I could see this going with the peaty Scotch, you know?
I could too. I could too. Yeah.
And
I
and I'm gonna go with, and hear me out. I'm gonna go with the cherry and the blueberry with the peaty Scotch. I know that might be weird and abstract, but I think it would go really well.
I'm thinking the espresso beans and the almond, because you haven't tried the almond yet, because I know I would see your facial expression on the almond. I'm thinking the espresso beans and the almond with a really smoky Scotch.
And I'm sitting here, and I thought I grabbed one of everything, but I forgot the almonds. And let me tell you, I love almond. Like, you know, most Texans are like pecans. No, I'm about the almond. Anytime I can have an almond. But here's my thing. I would totally put these on a charcuterie board. Like, for real.
Absolutely. Would. Yes.
I mean, it's not just with cigars. It is with, like, I would put this with a charcuterie board. Like, you know, like when my daughter has her baby shower, these chocolates are going on the charcuterie board. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you straight up right now that I'm gonna order like a ton of these, and these are going on the charcuterie board for her baby shower, because she deserves the best and the baby deserves the best. And these are, excuse my French for a minute, forgive me, but these are the best damn chocolates I've had.
Thank you very much.
For real. Like, I am just like blown away. I really am. Like,
okay, so our buddy Joe. So you haven't met Joe. Joe's one of our fans, our followers, a really good friend. He also writes for the West.
Law enforcement too. I want to say
he's in law enforcement. He's also a writer with the Whiskey Network magazine. As with I am. In fact, I wouldn't be writing for them if it wasn't for Joe. So again, you've heard me say this a million times, Joe. Thank you again for that connection. But this is a pairing that's really interesting. A Kilterman Soneg, which is a very calm peaty with a nice balance of smoky Islay Scotch. And that would be nice balance of both peat and smoke, and match that with the chocolates. And here's the thing. These chocolates, you've heard all of the different profiles that we're coming around on and saying, I mean, we're talking fruity, we're talking floral, we're talking medicinal, which is, you know, your peatiness flavors, we're talking smoky, we're talking whiskeys, wines, stouts. IPAs, and that. Okay, so let's take it on another level.
Tea. We
In
even
the
said tea.
teas, but we haven't mentioned coffees. Now think about one of these chocolates in the morning with say like a carboncito, an Osaka carboncito, which we love that with our coffees in the
Gosh,
morning, or
yes.
your porcelain that you're with a coffee
Yeah.
in the morning, and these chocolates. Now you're
Yeah.
getting all three acidic, higher acidic, keep you going in the morning. What about that
Right.
pairing?
And I'm gonna hit that a little bit more because y'all know that I only do I do other coffees, but I drink my coffee black. I'm very big about having black coffee. I don't usually put creamer in it. I don't do that. And I'm a coffee snob. Graybeard will tell you. I guess I'm a snob. I'm like a snooty snob. I just came to realize that. But I can't help it that I like good things. I believe I deserve good things.
You're
So I'm going to partake.
sophisticated. You're not a
Yes, I
snob.
am
You're
sophisticated. Yes.
sophisticated.
Okay. So as a sophisticated sister of the league, okay, I have I had some Bones coffee, and they have the roasted coffee, and they have it flavored. And the phenomenal thing is, it's not with creamer. You can taste it. One of my favorite one, like if you know me, you know I love Nightmare Before Christmas, and they had one that was like a mudslide. I'm sitting here thinking, just the chocolate cigar and the different, like all three of them, is phenomenal. Like now I want to have, because there's one, okay, I have a pecan. There's one that's an oatmeal cream pie coffee, but it's black. There's another one that's a cranberry one. And you're sitting there talking about like your truffles. My mind is going 90 miles per hour. And I feel like I haven't done like a good job of like interviewing and asking questions because my mind is going 90 to nothing. Like my ADHD is in overdrive. And even with just straight black coffee, these espresso beans, chocolates with a morning cigar, Fiat Lux, for example.
Yes, the Fiat Lux or the new one from Luciano, the Maria.
Yeah.
That one would go really good with us. Any Ecuadorian, an Ecuadorian Sumatra, an Ecuadorian Habano.
No, I'm going to stop you right there. Karen's Cameroon.
Oh,
with the cherries and blueberry.
With the cherry, blueberry, and with your coffee in the morning, yes.
Oh my god!
But okay, I got to go back to. I got to go back to the irony of this one. And so, Red, you're going to get the irony of this one. Bougie Bert is saying that sophisticated equals bougie, so he's calling you out now and saying that you're bougie.
That's a good thing.
I drive a truck. I drive a pickup truck. I drive a pickup truck.
I'm the same
way. But I drive a bougie pickup truck.
I was going to say, you drive a bougie pickup truck. Where your bougie pickup truck would say, Red, you're going the wrong way. Turn around.
Yeah, it would. And it's funny because when you hear this, you're gonna laugh. My pickup truck actually has a name. It's Arturo Fuente.
Wow.
And that's my truck's name. I have named every single car ever since, and here's the interesting. My dad had a car collection. People are gonna sit here and think this is insane. So I grew up. My dad collected cars. Like most people collect other things. We had about 30 to 40 old Cadillacs. I'm talking about from 1900 to the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. We had a Model T Ford, okay? We had one of the Fos motorcycles. So that's what my dad did. So in order, we would show these cars at car shows on the weekends because he was in car clubs. So each of us would drive a car. And it got to the point where he would say, I'm driving the 67. Well, I couldn't remember which one was the 67 Cadillac. I was like, whatever. So I named them. I named them like the Batmobile. And so I named them Snow White. So all of our cars had names. So ever since then, I have named my cars. And so I named, when I bought this car, that night I smoked an Arturo Fuente. And so thus I named my truck Arturo Fuente.
So my card names I really can't mention, but I'm going to bleep myself out because my names are usually it's like, come on, bleep, would you just bleep and start? Fill in the blanks however you want. So you can see, I mean, you can see, Mac, from the chat that people are coming in and saying, I mean, they're coming back just from the conversation because I know that some of them have had some of your chocolates but most of them most likely have not, just because not having had the opportunity here in the DFW area and elsewhere where our viewers are. But yet, just from our talking about it, they're coming back with ideas from their pairings. And a lot of our viewers, they've been with us since day one. Bert's been with us since day one. Joe has been with us for a while. Chris has been with us since day one. A bunch of them have been with us for a while. So they've learned what we look for in a pairing. So now they're coming back and saying, this with the truffles, this with this, and so forth, and they're making recommendations based upon what they know about pairings and what they're hearing us say. So we here at Leaf and Grain are going to do everything that we can to help to spread the gospel, to let people know about what it is that you're doing, because we've done probably close to 100 shows now. Close to 100 shows now. And there's been a few times, I would say a couple of dozen times in the 100 shows where we have been absolutely just blown away by a particular pairing. And this one goes on that list.
I'm going to say, can I say this? I'm even stepping it out of the thing, and this one's going to knock the socks off Gray Beard. This has probably been my most favorite pairing that we've done on the show.
Wow. I would have to put that up there with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want you to bring up Bert's Bougie Butt comment. Any thoughts of doing a red velvet? Yes, red velvet chocolate. Yes, please. And if you do,
red velvet.
you have to call it the ash red.
But you have to ignore his hashtag. Ignore the hashtag.
Ignore the hashtag.
Ignore the hashtag. If I can.
But look at his picture. Look at his picture real quick, because he's the one I made a bet with. Because he's a Bears fan. So I made a bet that he has to keep his profile picture with the Cowboys jersey for a month. And it is
right, because we beat him.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We beat him.
So if you do a red velvet, you would have to call it the ash red, whatever. But let me tell you, cake is another thing. Cake and chocolate and cigars and a red velvet, I'm on board for that.
You know what? I love because I tried you guys' cigar, so I'm gonna give you guys credit too. I got to try your cigar that first night I was at Easy Ash's event, and that cigar is phenomenal. And I don't know if you guys have done your rollout of that yet, or not, or if you guys are doing something with it. But you let us know. I love coming to Dallas. I have a sister in Dallas. You let us know. I will get on a plane. I will bring product. I'll bring everything to an event for you guys. Just one, in support of you. Two, because it's Dallas, and we will do something phenomenal together. I'll bring the kit and caboodle for you guys, just because I think that's what it needs, and maybe that helps as well in the DFW community to not only promote yours, but because your community is so strong. And they see, okay, hey, they're having this rollout. They've already rolled it out, but now they're going to do another big, whatever.
Well,
Let us know, and we'll gladly come and do it.
I will tell you that we do have another 100 cigars that are in the process of coming in. We are currently sold out.
Yeah, we
I'm
sold
not
out.
going to mention
Congratulations.
I'm not going to mention the shop because everybody who knows us knows the shop, because I don't want this to get us kicked off of YouTube. But we do have another 100 cigars. But on top of that, we are in the process. And so one of the things that is coming out for us in 2023 is to really focus on the cigars and to be rolling out to a broader audience and more stores. And so we're talking with a couple of people that are looking at possibly repping the cigars and being able to roll out and make our cigars even more widely available. We'll never leave our current store because we would not be here. There's so many people in play that has helped us make Leaf and Grain what it is. Bert being one of them, a buddy of ours who goes by Cigar Traveler, another one, our other partner, Spice Man, Matt Harris. There's so many people that, Wade, Bill Wade of the Number. But so we're so thankful for all of those. So we'll never leave our home store, but we want to make it more widely available. And we've got other stores that are saying, hey, we want to carry your cigars. And so that's coming out in 2023. That's one of the things that we've got doing. And would love to partner with you, Barbecue Smoke and Chocolates, because I'm going to throw that in there. Barbecue Smoke and Chocolates, brother. It's not just barbecue. I mean, the chocolates is, you won me over. We'd love to partner with you to help us all grow.
Yes,
because that's what the community is about. It's not one individual. It's all of us together.
Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree.
And I also want to give a shout out to Les. And I love his comments about the Cowboys. So Cowboys Super Bowl bound. So Bert B. Bougie, you can. That's all I'm going to say on that one. I know it wasn't ladylike, but there you go.
We always give Oklahoma hell on our show, but our love goes out for Les Love. He's got a shop, or he works for a shop there in Oklahoma City. So if you guys aren't there, haven't talked to them, need to connect with Les and Les. Post a comment of the name of your shop, so that way we can make sure that you guys get connected with Nick and what he's doing here.
And I also wanted to give out a shout out to Joe, because the Whiskey Reviews, he did a review of our Leaf and Grain single Robusto. He said it was a kick-ass stick. It's in his top 3 reviews this year. So, to make it in the top 3, it means a lot for Graybeard and I, because, whenever you're sitting here and you're doing blends and you're doing things that you're passionate about, and this, that you love, sometimes you're not sure, when you're sitting here thinking in your mind, is it really going to carry over to what you want? And that's another thing is our cigar, when we created our cigars, we wanted it to go across stouts, coffees, bourbons, whiskeys. I mean, and trying to get a cigar to go across that many platforms, plus things, that is it's a difficult feat to do, and I felt like we accomplished it. And I want to taste I want to do chocolates with our cigar. I haven't ever done chocolate with our cigars. I haven't done, because I've been too busy focusing on the drink. I haven't paired it. I paired it with meat, because let me tell you, if you're in Texas, you love your barbecue. As we talked about, we love our meat. And I've done it, with, whenever I've done burnt ends, whenever I've done ribs, whenever I've done chicken. So that's like one thing that I'm curious is to see the chocolate end of it, because I can tell you right now with the truffle, the leaf and grain would be phenomenal with the truffle, with the
Now
complex truffle.
I have done what I have done our cigar with our friend Vince, who's a baker, and his Texas Roadhouse cookie, which he gave me another one, and I've got it sitting in there, and I'm waiting for our cigars to come in, because I have paired it with his cookie, which is an amazing cookie. So I mean, it's like this thick, and like, this big around, and I mean it's a
Texas hot
beautiful.
cookie.
Yes, it's huge. So I've done it with that one as well. And we've got to give a shout out to Boston Jimmy Stogie Press, because our
So you first
Stogie
reviewed
Press,
it
he
too.
put out the first review and gave us a score of 92 on our cigar.
Oh wow! Congratulations!
And
Congratulations!
I mean, for so long I thought, okay, we're nobody, we're Ash Red and Graybeard and Spice Man and the amazing crew that we have behind us that's helping us. But for Boston Jimmy to smoke our cigar and the review that he gave us and give us a 92, and Boston Jimmy's pretty well known in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like after his review and Joe's review came out, we were done. They were sold out.
Right. Congratulations! Congratulations!
Well,
Congratulations.
yeah, I like it. And Burby Smoking says leaf and grain with a Macallan 18 and truffles. That would be freaking amazing. Yeah.
That would be.
And I like what Joe said. I give the score of a divine next level. But like I'm like seriously, it takes a lot for me to be floored. I've been smoking cigars for a hot minute, and I paired it with chocolates, I paired it with desserts, I paired it with things. So here's my next thing for your barbecue, okay? Like, and this is the South girl coming out in me, okay?
Okay.
You need that Alabama sauce. Where's that Alabama white barbecue sauce? And you knew I was gonna go there. You knew it. He was like, oh my God. Because from the South, that white Alabama barbecue sauce, because I make my own.
Right.
I create my own. So, do y'all have plans for having a white barbecue sauce?
Not at this time. And here's the deal: I don't put anything past Donis. He is a chef in the kitchen, and I couldn't have been paired just like you and Graybeard are paired. I couldn't have been blessed with a better partner than Donis Roberts. And he is phenomenal when it comes to preparing stuff. I mean, I love what you guys are saying, like how you're preparing all these different drinks. I mean, people have come to us, different artists in the music community have come to us and asked us, "Hey, can you do me a barbecue sauce made with this type of drink?" And neither one of us drink, and he'll go and he'll buy that drink or that liqueur or whatever, and he'll make it. And because he has such his palate's like yours. It's so sensitive that he's able to pick out, okay, this is how much I need to put in of this. And he can custom build a bottle. And we have yet to, by the grace of God, fail on any of our custom blends. And so I'll throw that out there to you guys as well. So if you guys have something that you're like, hey, Mac, when you send us the other stuff, send us that. But we're going to send you a list of at least one of our top favorite drinks. We'll do that. And what he'll do is he will blend a custom set of barbecue sauce with each one of those.
Yeah. And here's what we'll do in return. You come up with something that you want to know what will pair with that. You reach out to us, and we'll tell you what to pair with that, so that way you can add those pairings to your website as well.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
And so when we were on the Great Lakes Smoke Show, which is now the Great Lakes Cigar and Pipe Show, they had a guest. I think remember his name is Bobby. I can't remember the name of his company, but he does barbecue sauce out of Miami. So we need to do a show at some point in time to where we do a barbecue off, to where it's Mac and your barbecue sauce and him and his barbecue sauce, and we're talking about barbecue sauce, and we're talking about all of the different styles from North Carolina to Alabama white to Texas barbecue to we really can't count the Northeastern barbecue because yeah, Billy Breedlove, Cafe 305 Barbecue. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe. And have a barbecue pairing show where you both are talking about your passion of barbecue.
Right. Right. And then I'll definitely have my partner on for that one because he that is
He-
his thing in and out. He definitely is the one for that.
and let me tell you, is like, it's like whenever, so I smoke cigars, but I also smoke meat. That's one thing that whenever I go and like I have like an extra day off or I have a whole week off, like for example, turkey. I don't cook. I cook turkey in an oven, but if I have my chance to cook it in a smoker, you bet I'm going to be
Oh
cooking it in a
yes.
smoker.
Yeah.
So
Just don't ask her to save a plate for you.
It's not happening.
She'll make one.
Forget about it.
She'll make one and she'll remember about it 6 months later and pull it out of the freezer and go, oh damn, it's freezer burn.
It's got freeze bird. Yeah. But like, and the thing is I can't ever keep anything smoked because I have 5 children. Most of them have significant others, so they're bringing them. So that's like almost like nine right there, plus myself 10. And most of these are like my girls and I eat. We believe in healthy appetites. We're not from that era of like we're not going to eat. If it's good, we're going to eat. And like you saw, I just threw down like 3 packs of your chocolate, which is like really not very good, but I don't care. But so whenever we have it, I usually don't have enough, and I have to hide and put stuff to the side. But like, let me tell you, it is when I have that opportunity to do something like smoked meat, I do burnt ends, I do all that stuff. And I usually make my own sauce. I always make my own sauce, make my own rubs and all that stuff. But when I can save it and I have time and I know it's a good product, and just based on your chocolates, if y'all sauce is like y'all's chocolate, I'm like, sign me up because I don't want to have to make my own. I don't want to say it's being lazy, but when someone else is able to do a great job, why should I have to do it? Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think the thing, and we'll make sure we put down there to you. We'll make sure you get the grown folks, which is our number one, and we'll definitely do the chocolate heat. So we'll look at those two and make sure that those two are in the box coming.
So please,
Well,
if Graybeard, if you wouldn't mind putting their website up again so people can make sure that they go up. I'm like I'm being a bossy, bougie lady. Graybeard's like, no more chocolate for her. This is what happened. So we have it at barbecueandsmoke.com. Please go visit them, order their products, y'all. If Graybeard and I are both speechless and our mind is exploding and we're having a lot of ADHD thoughts because we're like, ooh, what if we pair it with this? What if we pair it with this? It's phenomenal.
That's what we've been doing this entire show, and I mean we're coming up at our 2 hour mark. Mac, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Barbecue and Smoke.
Thank you.
And that's okay. So for our audio listeners, it's barbecue spelled out -smoke.com. It'll be in the description. It'll be in the comments. You can follow them on Instagram. You can check them out on Facebook. Definitely go up and hit their website. Get you some of these chocolates because this isn't our first. This is our first food focused pairing, but this is not our first triple pairing where we've done a triple pairing before. But this is absolute best triple pairing, and this is why we keep on saying, explore the pairings, check out your triple pairings, try things, different stages throughout the cigar. Because if you don't, you're missing out on experience that is just as what we've
Phenomenal.
talked about on this. It's next level. It really is. It's next
It's
level.
a
You're elevating.
quadruple O. I'm just saying, I had a
There you
quadruple
got
O.
it. You heard it. You heard it from the classy lady herself.
Exactly.
Now, I'm wanting to know, what kind of hotel are you at? Because I've seen not one, but about 3 or 4 people walk by behind you in bathrobes.
He's at a
Okay, so
bougie place.
we're at the Grand Hyatt Erawan, which is downtown Bangkok. Where we're at is actually we're on the pool level. So where they're coming out, there's the gym right next to coming out from this door behind me is you can go to the gym, you go to the spa, all that's
I'll
back
go
there.
to
And
the
you come
spa,
out
but
there,
not the gym.
and then you have the pool and the jacuzzi over there that I was shooting at earlier, and then it overlooks the city. So
Okay, so
Awesome.
I'll do the pool and I'll do the spa, but I'm not going to do the gym.
I,
that's
I,
great.
I'm there with you, Red. All right, so if anybody's going to be down in Puerto Rico, you guys are going to be at the cigar festival in Puerto Rico. Cynthia Gonzalez is the one that's putting them on. Check out Barbecue and Smoke. Uh, Next week is going to be our Thanksgiving special, and we're going to be pairing something that we've never paired with before, and we're going to be pairing with mead. So
Yeah, we haven't done it on the show. You and I have done mead like
yes,
personally,
but we
and
haven't
we
done it on the
love it,
show.
but we've never done it on the show. So that's going to be like, if you don't do mead, you need to do me. You need to do me some mead. That didn't sound. Yeah, I'm done.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. That one's going to be fun. Um, After that, we've got an XW NBA player that's going to be on our show, and she's the beautiful, phenomenal owner of a cigar lounge here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So stay tuned for that. And we've got after that we've got Sebastian from Cavalier Cigars that's going to be on with
I
us.
might have to do my gummy worms and my red wine.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I
Um,
challenge you to that, Graybeard. I'm going to
ooh,
challenge you to that.
challenge accepted.
Okay.
Challenge accepted. Um, but we're also talking with some distillers.
Yes.
We're talking with some distillers as well. So we got some good ones coming up.
And then I'm also going to throw out there the 21st, the week of Thanksgiving week of November. If you're in the DFW area, come see me at the Cigar Lounge. I start my apprenticeship out there. So come, be nice to me, y'all. Okay, it's my first time working in a shop, so be nice. That's all I'm gonna say. Like Graybeard, I don't want you to come because then I'll be all nervous. So I'll do, but no, you can come. So I'll be working that all week from 10 to 5. So come out and visit me. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Lake Worth because like I gave them your chocolates. They loved it. They were like, this is freaking insane. They told me about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even tried it yet. You have first. You all started without me. So check them out. And then I also have a LE sampler for Black Label. So check that out. It's $100.10. Free shipping. Phenomenal cigar.
Hold on a minute.
Yes,
That
I said free
sampler,
shipping.
but that sampler is only $100.
It's $100.10 and free shipping. So
wow.
go to, like, if you look at what I posted, you go to Lake Worth, go to their website, go to their website. It is all limited LE. It is the new morphine, y'all. It's not last year's morphine. It is this year's morphine that was just released. All those LEs. You've got the Galactica. You've got the Volta. I didn't say it right. The
Molotov.
Molotov. Thank you. Which is like one of my top cigars of this year. the things that are in that pack, those are majority of my top cigars. Just kind of FYI, picked it. They said that they would do free shipping, and it's $100.10. So go hit Lake Worth up and look for the Ash Red. So click on my link.
I'll also be checking out, keep your eye on the website because we will soon be posting before year end each of the people behind Leaf and Grain, our top 5 cigars of the year. Also, within the next issue of Whiskey Network magazine is going to be my top 5 bourbons or my top 5 whiskeys of the year for 2022, which will also go on the website. So lots of great things coming up. Mac, this has been a joy, mind blowing. I knew it was going to be good, but this has been something else. Thank you.
Loop. He kept me out of the loop for it, but like, yeah, it is phenomenal. 100% back it. 100%.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We thank everybody. We appreciate you guys, and always explore the pairings.
There's something for everyone. Y'all have a great
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.